Uh, don't do many of these. When I do, I like to get into it with the chat right after I go on a little, tangent about random stuff. So if I go a little long in this one, just know I got a lot to say. A lot of crap has been going on, and I'm not too happy about some of it because it's kind of turning fan against fan. And but first off, I just want to get this across because I know some people got their strong opinion on things. I do not consider you less of a fan. I do not consider you not a fan if you want to tank. I don't. I understand the logic actually. I This year actually really put me through it because I kind of stepped out in my own beliefs on this. Like I really truly believe um, that tanking is not the answer. That's my personal opinion. Now I see a lot of fans going out at each other because of it though, because like a lot of fans want they want that top pick. They want a top quarterback. They want to be able to dictate, you know, what player they want, and get the best of the best. Here's the thing though. It's like with me, I've always been on the. Yeah, it has to take everything from your team to want to win, even if you're in the gutter, even if you're in the bottom of the barrel, even if you don't have a chance of making the playoffs. It has to take that kind of mindset where you're not going to give up. No matter what the struggle is, no matter what you're going through, you can't give up. And I've always thought that way. This season was the first time where I felt kind of on the other side of it, where I felt like, damn, if we just had a first round pick, if we just had a first overall pick, if we just had the top pick in the draft, we could probably turn this thing around. And I get it now. Like I get it from the perspective of thinking that way now. Like a lot more, and before I kind of understood it too, but I get it a lot more now this season. I think it kind of taught me something. Like from the perspective of a fan that wants his team to actually tank, it's not them wanting their team to lose. It's wanting their team to go through a necessary pain to better them down the road. And it sucks going through this kind of shit as a fan. I don't, but at the same time, sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it is. Truth is, there's benefits to tanking. There's benefits to not tanking. And my whole thing is like this, guys. Like, I honestly don't. I was like hearing it. There's like I was hearing it for so many people about one when I was being really negative on one video, and when I actually came back and said, "Yo, I'm back to status quo on this." I heard it from someone else on the video about it. And here's the thing, guys. Like I honestly think that there's really no wrong answer to this, guys. I really think that if you're a fan that wants to actually lose games to actually get a higher draft pick, you're just being a fan. You're not being a player. You're not being that person on the field. People talk about it from that perspective. Look, dude, we're not players. We're fans. You got to understand that. Like a lot of people, like, oh, well, you think that a franchise is gonna tank? You think that a player's gonna give up on his on playing? A coach is gonna stop coaching? That all to better themselves in the draft? Hell no. No, we don't think that. But we're fans, and from our perspective, we're gonna still be there. See, that's the concept a lot of people don't understand. Like whether or not we're tanking, this fan base doesn't go anywhere. Do you understand? Like the players, they're gonna move on eventually. Eventually, they're gonna retire. Eventually, they're gonna probably play for another team. The coaches, eventually, they're gonna coach for another team. Freaking every single person in that locker room eventually will no longer be a Raider. Although once a Raider, always a Raider. That's the mindset on everybody. I'm not going back on that. But eventually, they're not going to be playing for this team anymore. Guess what? We're still going to be fucking fans. We're still going to be rooting on our team. We're still going to be here day in and day out every single freaking day. And we're still going to be rapping Raiders. No matter what. No matter what. It doesn't fucking matter. That's the fucking logic behind this, guys. Because we don't care about the short term. We don't care about the long term. We care about the every day, every minute of every second term. We're always going to be fans. And that's why when I hear someone saying like, yo, we should tank it, I don't judge them for that because I understand it. They're going to be fans whether or not we're losing. Might as well gain something from it. That's the way their logic is. And I understand that. I get it. So I don't hold that kind of shit against the fan for thinking that way, man. And I went through it, dude. I hate feeling that way. But I really don't like feeling that way. I really don't like watching my team lose. I always want my team to win. It's just this season, for something about this season, it made me fucking bitter, man. It hurt, bro. Like feeling the like, man, maybe we should lose. It hurt having that feeling, you know? And so like I can't think that way. I I've always been raised as just win, baby. I always been raised that way. But with the same logic, I'm a fan first, man. No matter what, whether or not we win, and I'm all for rooting on my team to win. But whether or not we win, I'm gonna be rooting on my team. That's just how it is. And look, man, there was a lot of things going on with this team. A lot of when it comes to like, everybody getting called out now. I've never seen so many players, so many coaches, not just for the Raiders, but for in general. Like, just talk back to fans about the logic on tanking. Look, man, the truth is, truth is, they don't see it from our perspective because they're players. They can't see it from our perspective. Tanking is more of a fan thing than it is a player thing. It will always be that way. I don't hold it against any player that's trying their best. And matter of fact, I give kudos to all of them, man, for still fighting, for still going in there day in and day out, and busting their ass and trying to you know make a name for themselves on this roster. Much respect, much respect. But when it comes to long term and shit, that's why a lot of fans are thinking this way, man. That's it. That's why a lot of fans are thinking that way. And look, it's weird, man, because there was a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking the same shit. Some people would write shit, and it was some shit that I was thinking. Like, some people would write like, "Yo, AP's winning these games to fuck over Tom Telesco," and I was literally thinking that in the press conference when in the press conference where they asked him like, "Hey, what do you feel about losing the number one overall pick?" He's that's a as a I don't answer draft questions. That's Tom Telesco. That was like him saying, "Yeah, fuck you, dude." And then before that, you went to the fact that Telesco was actually was actually rumored to be distancing himself from AP, kind of like separating. They were even going out of their way and saying like, yeah, they're going to be evaluated separately, and they're like, kind of not commenting on each other. And then he goes and says that. I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. And that was like literally popped in my head, and someone already wrote it, and I was like, damn, man. So yeah, and that's the thing about tanking. Like, if we were to tank, that's more of a GM progression because they think long term like that. Coaches, they ain't gonna think that way. They don't give a fuck about that. Winning above all else, it benefits the coach. Whether it lose, all right, tanking, losing, whatever you want to call it, benefits the GM. Winning benefits the coach. See, it's like the thing about tanking. I will honestly have to fire back on some fans when they talk about it because they think, oh, yo, one player isn't going to change the whole franchise. One player isn't going to, flip around this team. You can't bring one player in that ain't gonna. First off, that's kind of bullshit because it's happened before. Not it's rare shit, and I wouldn't want to risk it personally. But it's happened before where you bring one player in, it turns around a whole franchise. It has happened. So that has happened. That's that one. That's bullshit. Two, it's not just one player. It's 7 players at the top of every round. You're picking at the top of every round if you were to get the first overall pick. That's the reason why a lot of people think that logically. Because you're not just getting one player, you're getting the best of every group in every single round. You're the first of the litter, like the first pick of the litter. Like you get to choose. So whatever's left, a person that dropped into the second round, you're able to get the first pick of it. So I get that logic. But it just ain't worth it sometimes. Because if they're coming into a losing situation, it ain't worth it. I've said this several times, dude. I don't know if any of you guys heard it before when I say it, but um, winning cures all. That's the motto. Winning cures all. That when it comes down to it, guys, you really want to see if these guys have what it takes to win games. If they have what it takes to have that drive to learn and work with what they got, uh, and to progress and get better. It's evaluation for a reason, and you got to see what people's abilities are and what they all. So I ain't for it, guys. I am going for us to win in this last game. I'm gonna be rooting on us to win in this last game. However, if you like I said before, if we lose, it is what it is. But anyways, I'm done talking about it, guys. I just wanted to get my opinion out there and let y'all know I love all y'all, man. Every single one of you that reps Raider Nation, whether or not you want us to lose to get a higher draft pick, whether or not you want us to, you know, whether or not you want us to win, so we could actually build off of this season, even though it didn't start well, we ended well. That type of logic, whatever you want to think, I'm with you, man. We're all fans at the end of the day. We're all going to still be rooting on this team next year. So, just wanted to say, Happy New Year, by the way, to all y'all in the chat. I'm about to jump in the chat right now, start reading y'all posts and y'all comments. So, sorry about the long time. I think I went on damn near 10, 12 minutes right now just talking about this, man. Because it's been bothering me. I'm not going to lie. It's been bothering me. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and go into the questions and see what's up. Let's start from the beginning. Happy New Year, Robert Pena. What's up, big dog? How you doing, man? Good seeing you, man. Good seeing you. Raider Ryan, what's up? Nick Solano. How do you say your name out? Solano. You've been in the chat a few times, man. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Watch Raider. That's my boy. What's up, man? I wanted to tank, bro, because we already lost 10 in a row. But on the other hand, I knew the Raiders were gonna win a game, especially versus Jags. Yeah, that was a horrible game, man. I think honestly, that's what got me mad was the fact that it was just a horrible game, dude. I did not like the Jags game. That game kind of like, ugh. Mm. Anyways, yeah. Need a new coach and QB. Is that Pause? That's one hell of a name, bro. Your name's Pause. Damn. All right. Who do you want for our quarterback? Shit, man. Honestly, someone that could actually high potential, low risk. That's what I'm looking at right now. High potential, low risk. But I don't know, man. I don't know. There's still a chance we could get a quarterback in the draft, guys. There's still a chance that maybe some of these teams aren't sold on Sanders or Ward. There's still a chance. You never know. And maybe we could actually deal some picks and get up there. Though that is more rare than any other year as a Raider because of who we have as GM. I mean, that guy does not trade up or trade down. He just doesn't do that shit. Can't hate on his logic, though, because it did get us Brock Bowers. God, I still feel stupid. Dude, I will never, ever live that down. The fact that I was like my reaction was so negative about that pick. And oh my God, that was just, yeah, that was a great one. Brock is fucking incredible, man. All right. Maybe if the Raiders actually win, it would mean something. But right now, the just one baby is dead. Um, Yeah, I mean, I've actually heard that logic before. I can't remember who said it. I was listening to a podcast. I think it was actually Q was talking about it. Mad respect to Q. For those of you that don't know who Q is, he actually does the Lockdown Raider podcast. One hell of a freaking um, podcaster, man. He actually does a lot of stuff, man. He comes out on a lot of things. But he's a fan just like us. And that's what I love about him, man. He always, speaks from the mind, speaks from the heart. Also, represents Raider Nation to the fullest. I love that guy. He's awesome. But I think he said the same thing. Like, when is just one baby gonna be anything but a motto? Like, gonna be more than a motto? Gonna be something that we could actually hang our hat on and as Raiders live up to. And he's right. I mean, you're right too. Until we actually start winning, it's just another saying. It's just another motto. It's just something you could put on a T-shirt. And in order to actually, you know, get it, get out of that rut, we got to start doing things better. And maybe it is a continuity thing. Maybe it's you know, maybe it is something that we need to stick with and stick to when it comes to organization. But the problem is, you do not want to stick to something that ain't working, because that's what's the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. I was willing to be the worst in the league if it helped us get a top QB. Yeah, and like again, I understand that logic. I get it, but same time, when you just because you are like it's weird, man. Like, I honestly think, guys, that the way the NFL set up is kind of screwed up. In my opinion, should you get a top pick if you're the worst team in the league? Yeah, but should you get the number one overall pick? No, I don't know, man. I always thought like it'd be a better system if the NFL did something like this. If they basically had the say four worst teams in the league, and you know let's just say like it was four teams. They have the two teams play each other, whether or not division doesn't matter, and the winner of that faces the other two, the team winner of the other two, and then say let's say it's the worst record in the league versus the worst record, second worst record in the league. Okay, whatever. And winner of that gets the number one overall pick, and then they fall in line from there. So that way, there's still some competitiveness at the end, because then motivation actually helps the fans, and you would be right back to status quo of wanting your team to win instead of just rooting on your team to freaking lose. And again, but that's just my way of thinking about it. And I honestly, I've thought that way for a while. Like, why don't they do something like that at the end of the year where it benefits your team to actually win? Eh, Like, maybe like right before the Super Bowl they have some shit like that. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. I don't know. But yeah. Let's see. J Dog 209. How you doing, man? Raiders have zero bandwagon fans. Yeah, man. We're not really about that, but I wouldn't say zero, because I wouldn't, and honestly, I don't know if you call them bandwagon fans. More like fair weather. Because there's a few of them I've met in Vegas that don't know football. I'm just gonna be real with you. They don't know what they're talking about. Um, like, I think that one couple that opened the champagne bottle at the Arizona game. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Bro, we lost that game. That shit was so fucking infuriating. After I seen that, I was like, oh my god, I lost my shit. I'm not gonna lie. That pissed me off. But yeah, zero bandwagon fans, but so maybe some newcomers that just started and don't really know the way we go about things in Raider Nation. But well, it is what it is. Every fan got that. Every fan base got that. Okay. Uh, Respect to the chat. Watch Raider. Yeah, what's up, bro? Joseph Rivera. Hey man, Crosby is leaving. I can feel it. Oh, Crosby, man. I'm gonna be real with you guys. His last comment about what he said, I honestly, guys, I get it. Like Crosby, he could say whatever the fuck he wants. He's earned that. None of us have gone through what this man has gone through when it comes to putting out what he puts out for this team. But at the same time, it is kind of funny how he's touching on that. It sounds to me more like he wants a little more guarantee because I mean that's literally all he said. All he talked about was, yeah, as you know, um, I don't have any guaranteed money on my contract next year. That's literally all he said. And if you really listen to the whole statement, he's talking about another player. He's talking about Myles Garrett and the situation he's in. I mean, you look at it from a certain perspective. Yeah, you could actually see it that way. Well, he wants to leave, he wants to go, but he never came out and said anything related to that. All he did was talk about the opportunity he's going to have to negotiate this offseason and how he's going to face it head on. And whether or not that leads to him being traded, that we have no control over it. I've matured a lot since the Mac trade. And here's the thing: I love Max Crosby more than any player on the team right now. I fucking love Max Crosby. But I'll tell you right now, man, if he were to leave, I would not hold it against him. I wouldn't. Point blank. Period. I love like the whole thing is with that situation right there. Sometimes that it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. The whole thing with Max is I don't see him going anywhere. I don't see him leaving personally. But if it were to happen, I don't think I would have the same reaction as I did with Mac. I think the and it's not that I like Mac more. It's not nothing like that. But it's just one of those things where I think I've matured to the point where I get it. I understand. Like, and it's one of those. I just don't see him asking for a trade. I don't see him quitting on this team. I don't see him holding out. I don't see him doing anything like that. I just don't see him doing anything like that. But do I see him possibly getting traded? Yeah, yeah. And and this is probably the one year where I feel more confident that that might happen than any other because, like, we're in the position we're at, and there's only one way to get out of it, and that is to build through the draft with a lot of ammunition. And the only way to get ammunition is to trade your best player. And make no mistake about it, he's the hottest commodity that we have that, you know, we could probably trade for picks. And it fucking sucks. That's the logic that I see from my perspective, but it is, and I don't want to trade Max at all. But if he leaves, I don't think it'd be his decision. I just think he would agree to it. It's one of those things where like it's a situation that he understands he ain't gonna be playing forever. He ain't gonna be playing forever. He kind of had his eyes opened up this year because he seen like, yo, I'm getting injured, I'm getting banged up, I'm getting all this shit thrown on me, and we're not winning. I'm putting myself through all this shit, and we're not winning. So from that standpoint, like he's willing to deal if they're gonna offer him like, hey, we could send you here. Do you feel comfortable? He'll probably be like, if that's what you think is best. And I wouldn't hold it against him personally. I wouldn't. Do I? But at the end of the day, guys, it's not his choice. Really, it's not our choice. It's really Tom Telesco and Mark Davis's choice, and that it is what it is. I hope he doesn't leave though, man. I hear what you're saying. Crosby's leaving. I can feel it. But I honestly, man, I hope that we build around him. I do not believe in trading the best player or game or once in a generation type talent. I do not believe in that, but I understand it. And it hurts that I actually came to that conclusion too. Like, where, okay, if it comes down to it, that's that's probably the bullet that we still have in the chamber that we've been holding on to. It's it's the reset button. Max. He is. He's the reset button. You got to build a franchise around him, or you got to build a franchise around a quarterback. Either way, it's I prefer doing both. Get a quarterback, keep Max on the roster. But I know that's not always how what you want isn't always how things work out. Sucks. Really fucking sucks. But with that said, I don't think he's going anywhere. I hope he's not going anywhere. I probably still would lose my shit, but not as bad as I did with the with the Mac trade. That one, oh fuck, I went off. I lost my shit. Mm-hmm. AP motivation speeches can only go so far. True. Let me see. Shit. A second, guys. It's getting hot up in here, man. Yeah. Well, honestly, guys, I will say one thing. AP coached a lot better in this last game than he did in any other game. He did still miss on a challenge call, but I would have challenged the shit out of that too. And I honestly think he got screwed on that call. But I will say it was better. Not but there are still a lot of negatives that he needs to work on as a coach. I'm not even gonna front. His game management skills just horrendous. Horrendous. Bro, remember when we was on a losing streak, Telesco was already scouting QBs, bro? I think it's gonna be, dude. Whether or not we're losing, dude, he's always thinking about what the future is and how we could get better. That's the job of a GM. So yeah. What up, Brady John? I hate this team that tank right. I really want that number one pick. Now we can't get it anymore. Shake my hand. Yeah, Superman Gizzy. I get your logic, bro. I understand. But it is what it is. And if we're already in it, might as well beat the Chargers. That's the way I look at it. might as well knock off a division rival, man. AP gets the team to respond in locker room speeches is all a coach can do. I guess. If we're going to fire AP and hire Mike Vrabel and trade Crosby. I don't know, man. Vrabel, I like him. I wouldn't be against that, but honestly, it all depends on what Mark Davis wants to do, and I think at the end of the day, if we end on a good note, that might fare well for AP, but I mean, it may be too little, too late. All right, ain't no more buddy shit with expats. Ready, John? I would not be all in my feelings if we trade Crosby for the Lions' first round pick, since he's one of one in the position. Raiders have many needs on a team, and if we can flip the fourth. Yeah. All right, Joseph, what's up, man? Love the content, bro. Thanks, appreciate it, man. Let's see what else we got. Greg Lara, rounder for a first rounder. Man. Already lost the pick, so it doesn't matter. The Chargers are better. We might not win this one. Yeah, Chargers are looking really good. I'm not even gonna. I can't even hate on the Chargers, man. They are looking really good. It'd be crazy is if they actually made it to the dance. If they actually made it to the Super Bowl, that would be insane. I'm not even gonna front on Harbaugh's first year. He sets the tone like that. That would be fucking insane. I'm not really hoping for that because I kind of love talking shit about them never winning a ring or anything like that. But I can't even front. I would rather the Chargers win than the Chiefs win. And that's just me being 100% real about it. If I had to choose between the fucking Chiefs or the fucking Chargers representing the AFC in the Super Bowl, I would root on the fucking Chargers. Fuck the Chiefs. All right. And that I hope, like, don't get me wrong, I'm like, I hope they both lose. I am that logic, but let's be real, it's the playoffs. That shit ain't gonna happen. Ain't no ties in the playoffs. So you have to choose. Sucks. But yeah, I'd I say keep AP and draft some studs. I respect that. I respect your thought, man. I honestly don't know if we're going to keep AP or not. Uh, right now, I'm be real with you. He hasn't lost the locker room yet, so we'll see. Let's see. New here. Who's your favorite all-time Raider? Actually, it it's actually multiple Raiders, guys. Like I really like, throwback Raiders like Marcus Allen. Dude, I remember watching videos on his run in the Super Bowl. That shit was incredible. But I really personally, my favorite Raider, that one that made me a Raider fan, was actually Jim Plunkett. Growing up, that I was always told about Jim Plunkett and Tom Flores because I was Latino. My brother, told me the reason why he was a Raider fan was because the way this team represented when it came to equality, when it came to breaking down barriers, and when it came to hiring the best, whether or not it was about race, gender, or anything like that. They did everything just to win. It was all a mentality of that logic, and the fact that you have someone from Latino descent representing in the Super Bowl and winning it and winning MVP, it was just something that I always looked up to, and it still holds a strong um, place in my heart. So, yeah, that's my answer right there, man. Happy New Year, Raider John. Go Raiders. Steven Gomez. What's up, man? Good seeing you, Steve. Uh, like I said, I want someone on the up and up. Yeah, someone that's on the other. So like, how would you feel about Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold. He's technically on the up and up, man. But I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of feel like that's kind of fool's gold, guys. Like I like Sam Darnold. Don't get me wrong. That motherfucker's balling out this year. He's doing real good. But if we were to get someone like Sam Darnold, that's someone that you would need to have the right coordinator in place and more weapons. Simple as that. I mean, he got some. Yeah, I mean, he got the best wide receiver in football right now, and a really good coordinator. Yeah, he's balling out, but you got to attribute those things to his success too. Now, I don't know. I don't know. Someone on the up and up though. Yeah, I hear you there, man. So I draft Jackson Dart. I've heard good things and bad things about him. Jackson Dart. I've heard a couple of things. I still got to do my own research on it, but everything I hear from Jackson Dart is mostly he said, she said stuff, like secondhand opinions. So I got to really do my own deep dive on him. J Dog, Raiders always accept sloppy seconds. Oh, fuck you, dude. Not playing. And I'm not gonna lie, we do get second trends. We do go after players that have been let down from other teams. And we're known for that. We're known for going after the underdog. I respect that, but sometimes you gotta get the best of the best. You got to try and go for someone that you know is gonna win. And it's good being the underdog and all, but I really prefer being the favorite, and that's where I want this team to get to, and that's where I want this team to be. Not just in wins and losses, but also in free agency, also in roster. I just want to win, dude. That's all I want. I just want to win. Okay, there's plenty of QBs at the level we have or better. We should be good. Same with running backs. Uh, I think we can improve on running backs. I'm gonna be real with you. And if we're gonna go running back by committee, I think we should get, a better understanding of the blocking scheme and see what runs we work with what player, and use them more frequently with the player that it works with, because you can't just have one type of run for one type of. You know, we gotta mix it up. I think Antonio Pierce was a good try to improve the culture, but you guys need to have a smart coordinator and a coach who will grow either with Sanders or Ward. All right, but I hear you there, bro. Shout out to Lil Kodak. Greg, how you doing, man? Ben Johnson, no promises to be a great head coach. He might be like Josh McDaniels or nothing like him. Wait, oh, nothing but a coordinator. Uh, yeah, man. It's worth the risk, though. It's worth the risk, in my opinion. I mean, as much as you could live in fear, sometimes you just got to get back on the horse and take another crack at it, man. Because you do realize there are coaches out there that can do both. There are plenty of them, actually. Matter of fact, most coaches that are good get their start from being able to do one thing very, very well. So you can't just live in fear on that, man. And that doesn't just go with that. That goes in that doesn't just go with that. That goes with also like drafting. That goes with also like looking at players number one overall. You can't live in the fear on that shit, because that's what we've done for years. When it comes to drafting number one overall, when it comes to making that trade up to actually get a number one overall pick or something like that, we've lived in fear all because we drafted the worst possible fucking player at one time. Which, by the way, I hate the logic that people always throw that in our face. Yeah, I could draft another Marcus Russell. You do realize that that's happened to multiple people in this league, where they drafted a player that everybody told you to fucking get. Everybody said that they were going to be a star. They were a star in the making, that they had elite, never seen before talent. This dude could throw the ball 80 fucking yards on his goddamn knees. Tell me another team would have fucking drafted his ass if they had a chance. Come on. So, yeah, it didn't work out. You got to take another shot. Only way you're going to hit the target is if you keep shooting. You can't just give up just because you missed. So, yeah, Ben Johnson might not make a good head coach. If he doesn't, then we'll learn the way. But honestly, if we had a chance to get him, get him. All right? Because one thing that we struggled with this year, one thing we really struggled with this year was offense. So if you got a coach that is going to get you where you want to go, or has at least a scheme that is so good that it flipped around a franchise, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the shot, dude. It's worth the shot. Pull the fucking trigger on that. That's all I'm saying. Everybody thought Josh McDaniels was good. So, could be, yeah. I don't know, man. Let me see. Yo, Trix blocks. I don't know who you are, but wow. Troll is strong in this one. Let's see. Shield the players. Troll. I don't even like you, Raider John. Love you, bro. I don't even like you, Raider. Love you too, bro. Love you too. All right. See what Watts Raider has to say. Nah, it's the fault of the organization, period. I don't blame the players for leaving, like Max or Jacobs. We ain't doing them right. Yeah. Honestly, man, if you were a winning organization, you actually could go through the same circumstances. Like, there was plenty of players that wanted to leave the 49ers, and yet they're still playing for them. So handling the situation is more important, in my opinion. It could be a fucked up situation that they up and request for a trade, but the handling of it needs to be improved on this side of the ball, on this side of the franchise, on this side of the business. So yeah, we always let our good players get away. Yeah, that I will admit that sucks. Get on the Chiefs bandwagon. No, thank you. Never. He has torn ligaments, probably be 90, 100 seasons after. Yeah. Damn, bro, just got a. I guess. Damn, bro, we just got Christian Wilkins. Yeah, that's what sucks. If we were to make that decision, but damn, man. And yo, honestly, man, I really want to see Max at 100%, Christian Wilkins at 100%. These players that are stepping up on that D line come back. Like, no bullshit. I really think that that's something special right there, and we should keep all these guys together. 100% agree. Yeah. Okay. AP should be getting bullied by veteran coaches and refs all season. AP was getting bullied by veteran coaches and refs all season. Yo, that's what happens with any rookie coach, though. I will say that. Like, and you're not lying. He was getting punked sometimes on certain play calls, on certain decisions, and yeah, you're 100% accurate on that one, man. But that's what happens when you get a rookie coach. Yeah. Let's see. F it. Beat the Chargers. That's what's up, Joseph. That's what's up, Joseph. Fuck it. Beat the Chargers. Beat them. Who cares? We're already in it. Might as well dig a little deeper, man. That mean uh, we gonna. Let's see what else we got. All right. Oh, hope I don't skip anybody, but I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. I might miss a couple people because I think I'm like way behind on this. Uh, Let me see. Uh, I normally don't watch college football. However, I did watch Sanders in the Milrow, what his last name is. Wasn't impressed at all. Edgar, yeah, man. Don't judge Sanders off of that last game he played at the bowl game. That wasn't his best game. That's something I've actually kept up with, and I don't watch college football either. That's funny, bro, because I don't watch it either. But I've been watching a lot of his film. The guy's good, bro. He's a lot. He's honestly, that's the thing about him. I think he has a lower ceiling than Ward, but I think he could hit the ground running though. Like he actually looks more prepared. So I don't know. Uh, let's see what else I got. Do 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 do. Bleach report. Rainbow Sky. Hey, how you doing? Um, Shout out to you. Yo, I'm about to delete some people off of this. I see a bot in here. Dude, what the hell? I'm with you. Charge being KC in the playoffs. Please, not the donkeys. I hate the. Oh, you also live in Colorado? All right. Nah. Nice to see you in the chat. But yeah, I don't root for any of them. If they're playing any other team that's outside the division, I'm rooting on the team outside the division. However, if it's two division rivals playing each other, anybody but the Chiefs, and that's the way I look at it. Anybody but the Chiefs. But yeah, uh, I'm a Jags fan. Sadly, AR prods. Man, sorry to hear that, bro. But you're gonna get a higher pick than us. So look on the bright side. And you got a quarterback already. Ah, man. All right. All right, guys. Yo, nice chatting with y'all. Y'all know the deal. I gotta head back, but it was fun hanging out with y'all on my lunch. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Okay. Much love. Like, comment, subscribe. No deal. Go Raiders.